of Series 5 of Master League Story Mode. Now, in the last episode I announced that I would be making the unprecedented decision of leaving open the vote on whether we should leave Leeds United and move to Liverpool, whether Marcelo Bielsa should leave behind the club that he's brought up from the Championship and move to a side European champions, glittering history, probably huge budgets, never won the Premier League though, yet. Could that be a good reason to go? But anyway, as I said, I left it open and that's voted on by the patrons, the people who donate every month to this channel via Patreon. And we've had some interesting developments since I announced that I would be leaving it up. We've had a few more patrons on board, but the swing in the vote has changed. And Liverpool, or a move to Liverpool, is now massively ahead. 61 to 38% ahead, indeed. And yeah, looks like that could be the way it's going. Still time to change, still time for the current patrons to change their mind if they wanted to. Still time for new patrons to come on board, just $1 a month, and make their voices heard as well. A clever ploy by me to get more people involved in the Patreon, but it wasn't actually planned at all. It's just happened like this. And yeah, it's quite interesting because we've got a bit of time left to make this decision. So we had a great episode, a huge episode last time, turned our season around in 2 games. We beat Sporting to find a second in our Champions League group. That's now in our hands. And then we absolutely smashed Wolves at Ellen Road. It was a huge performance, one of the best of the season. Everyone looking good, the goals shared around. So we've got today's episode, 2 Premier League games, both away from home. I don't know if we're going to be staying down on the south coast. You think maybe we would, so it's a nice little trip. Oh no, we're in early December. It's going to be a bleak trip down to the seaside. And then, that's a massive episode. The episode after next, Ajax to decide whether or not we stay in the Champions League group, and then could be a route back into the Premier League race against Manchester City. And then we've still got another episode after that before we've got the deadline for responding to our manager offer, so we've got plenty of time. It's going to be interesting. As I said, if you want to get involved, links in the description. So it's quite interesting, we had a couple of new patrons and they commented on the vote. The most recent was Gustavo Poyet. I don't know if it's the real Gustavo Poyet, I hope it is. Got a lot of respect for him. And he said, I signed up to the Patreon to vote to keep Marcelo Bielsa at Leeds United until I read a comment from John Hutchings, who's another new Patreon user. And John's comment basically said that the reason PES Story Mode is a good channel is that we try and mimic the way that a manager would react in real life. And I have tried to do that, of course I have. There are some tweaks that I've made and some things that maybe aren't as realistic, but ultimately, yeah, that is the aim of this series. And he said, if that's the case, and again, sorry if wrong, then Bielsa should go to Liverpool in a heartbeat. It's a great next step, and surely the challenge of getting Liverpool their first league title in over decades would be an incredible achievement. As well as that, Leeds haven't overly shown much loyalty with their paltry transfer budget, which you've got to completely agree with, there's no way around it. Leeds United, Andrea Radrizzani have left Marcelo Bielsa high and dry when it comes to transfer budget, and actually it was something very similar to that made Marcelo Bielsa leave Lazio in a matter of months, or it might have been weeks even. He decided to step away there. Obviously Bielsa stuck it out a little bit longer here with some very, very difficult financial situations, which we've had to wheel and deal our way out of. But a move to Liverpool, it does seem that would be quite possibly the route that Bielsa would take. He knows he's a great manager and he knows he should be winning things at the highest level. He could do it with Leeds, but they're making it so hard for us to board. They really are. Anyway, I'm not going to talk about the vote every single episode in that much detail, but I might remind you and let you know how it's going. But for now, we need to concentrate. We need to not have our mind on new jobs, on new futures. We need to be very much in the present as we go up against Southampton. Could be a tricky one. They've got banana skin written all over them, which is what I say about basically any team, sort of mid-table or below. Bernardo on a downward arrow today. I think we'll... Gonny or Patterson, that's the question. And Butland very, very tired. And we've only got a game in 3 days. We're going to bring the arse man in just for a bit of comedy here. I mean, if we're going to be resting Butland, you've got to do it against Southampton. Danny Ings can score goals, but we should be able to keep him out. I'm going to go Dozer at centre-back, CPAT's on the right. Serge Gnabry's done a lot to prove that he is a player worth starting in recent games, and on a blue arrow. Oh, I don't want to drop Brunetta. Cliver, he's not been great. I would say that Gnabry has been more effective. Does lose us a team spirit. I'm going to start Gnabry. I'm going to swap over Lookman and Gnabry. Cliver, well, he can watch from the bench to begin with. He's not... Did he score in the last... I think he did score. He did score a good goal in the last episode. I don't know. We've got an embarrassment of riches, but I'm loving Gnabry at the moment. So we'll leave it as it is, just purely based on form. Everyone else is good. Let's get into it. So as I said, our seaside holiday begins now. It's a nice day considering we are in the depths of winter. But this is the crucial part of the season. I can't quite remember how many points we are behind Manchester City. I think it's at least 9, maybe 10. We cannot slip up. As we've seen in only a couple of episodes' time, we've got what could be a crucial game against them. So we need to keep the pressure on with a win today. The Arseman's in goal though. Could there be calamity in store? Oh, mistake there from Redmond. Romero out to Gnabry. Back to De Jong. Lovely quick feet there. Now Callum Patson into the box. Low ball in. Maxi Romero. What a save that is. An incredible save with his feet to prevent us getting off the mark here in the 7th minute. Romero, Brunetta around the corner into Serge Gnabry, lets it... That's fairly far away. He's not left-footed, and he's proved it there. Sessegnon now allowed to run forward into Maxi Romero. Out to Patterson, that's smart. De Jong back into the Scotsman, over the top, looking for... Oh, it's not much in that. Not much in that at all. Yes, there is loads in that. Come on. Chances have dried up. We're about half an hour in. We're not creating anything. It's a little worrying. Terrible, terrible first half there of football in general, but from Leeds United as well. Southampton, well, they haven't tested Arseman at all. You'd think you'd just get some shots off. We know he's got a mistake in him, but equally, we've only had 1 shot on target and slightly less possession, and we've only managed to make 38 passes. That's not very good. Right, come on. We can only get better from here. Sessegnon picks it up. We need to see more from him. He's been a key player for us so far this season. Look to push it into Maxi Romero. Ooh, so close to getting on the end of it. Gazzaniga off his line smartly. So they're still yet to have a shot. But so are we in this second half. Elyounoussi will put this one into the box. Oh, unmarked Redmond. And there is the first shot of the game. No problem for the Assman. Collects it. And then distributes into CPATs. Can we launch something here? We've been uninspired so far. Serge Gnabry's had a start today from Bielsa. Can he show us he deserves one? Brunetta, it's cheeky. Romero on the turn. This is where we want him. Doesn't really work, but De Jong's effort is also pretty lame. It's just not clicking. I think we might need some subs soon. So 64 minutes in, Marcelo Bielsa has played his hand here. Kluivert, Kobos, and the horse coming on. Can they do something to affect this one? It's going to be a corner here, straight into the horse. He'll out-jump Redmond. Of course he will. Maxi Romero's header is saved by Gazzaniga, but an instant impact there for the man with the beautiful top knot. Oh, Redmond has played through here. He's got the wrong side of Gomez. Gomez is back with him. Cedric now into Ings. This is dangerous. Chidozie gets there. It's great defending. Now the horse. Can he hold it up? Romero looks to push it through for the pace of Kluivert, and he's away from Ansaldi as if he isn't even there. Justin Kluivert now to get us off the mark. That's calm, and he responds perfectly to being dropped today. It was sort of a form decision. I mean, in terms of arrow, it was sort of a just general form decision, but the fresh legs there, Maxi Romero knew exactly what to do. The Southampton defender looks like he's running in treacle, and Kluivert is pretty cool in those one-on-one situations. Took his time. You know, he kept his cards close to his chest there. And Gazzaniga, who's had a good game, prevented a few goals. Just left way too much space at his near post. And it wasn't difficult for a man of his talents just to slip it home. Well, we've left it late. Can we hang on here? It's a clever ball out to Ings, who's found a bit of space by dropping wide. Looks for the 1-2 with Cedric. Ings, dangerous ball in. The Arseman is there. The Arseman cometh. And the Arseman deal with it. And Sessegnon into Kobos. Kobossing it. He's put a dangerous looking ball in. Vestergaard will have to be sure of this one. The horse nearly in round the back. De Jong out to Kluivert. Steps inside of Ansaldi, who certainly can't seem to live with him at the moment. Kluivert's looked very bright since coming on, and he's used his pace here well. Kluivert with the effort. That's poor. Assman high into the sky, into the horse. Never an issue to take that down, but with 30 seconds left, we've given the ball away here. Gomez deals with it. And there we are. Well, great substitution. Great management there from Marcelo Bielsa. He knew a change needed to be made, and we brought on Kluivert. as well as Kobos and the Horse in, I think, the 65th minute. Less than 10 minutes later, Kluivert slotted home, but we didn't create much in that game, slightly concerning. Southampton out to spoil things today. We had a few more chances in the second half than we did in the first. Ultimately, we were able to put it to bed, but some poor performances there. Gnabry given a chance, gets a 5 against Southampton. Brunetta, uninspiring. And Kluivert, the one that, you know, we probably, if we were forced to say who we would sell in the window to bring in new players, it would almost definitely be him, but today scored that all-important goal. So there we go, and 9 points remains the lead for Manchester City, and it's still very, very close. Only 2 points between us and 5th place Liverpool, where we could be. Hopefully, we want to make sure they do well. I don't know what the score was today. I don't know if they've dropped points. I think they might have dropped a point there, actually. You know, if they did drop down and they were out of contention, then that would surely make the decision more difficult. Anyway, only 3 days later, we're likely to be quite tired here. The Horse has gone up to a 2nd level star player. The Horse merchandise obviously going to be flying off the shelves in the Leeds club shop. Horseshoes, bridles, all Leeds branded. I can definitely imagine that. And CPATS has been offered a move to the Brazilian league. I think he'd fit in perfectly there. Scotsman in Brazil. No culture clash at all there. And the Scout has got something for us. I think we need to reassess where the Scout is and what they're doing. Let's go and see where they are now. Still looking for that centre forward that we no longer really need. I mean, it'd be great to have Werner, Dybala, Lewandowski, but we don't really need that. We'll leave them there just in case. We never know what might happen. Maxi Romero might force a sale, who knows. And then we'd have to bring in quality of that standard. But as it stands, we could probably do with another DMF. And we'll look for a young developing player that we might actually be able to afford, and then if we do sell Kluivert, then we will need a left winger, and that all looks good there. Fine, let's go, let's keep moving. Bournemouth away. How's everyone looking today? So Kluivert back in on a blue after being dropped and then scoring a goal. It's great to see his professionalism there, and he's not going to let a little knock like not starting the game ruin his confidence or, you know, drop his form in general. Juan Brunetta on a downward arrow. I don't really know who we bring in there. Serge Gnabry is tired. I like Gnabry there. I think we're going to start Gnabry. Juan has been poor. He doesn't seem to have the oomph that he had last season. Everyone else, although there are a lot of tired legs, can remain as they are, I think. We're going to have to make some changes in the defence. I think we'll be okay. Bournemouth 4-4-2. A lot of 60 rated players standing out quite quickly there. Asmir Begovic in goal. Ryan Fraser, they've still got him. Sandro up top. I mean, on paper, especially with a 95 team spirit at the moment, although we are tired, this is a game we should be winning. So after 3 days of fish and chips and rock and having seagulls attack you when you're not expecting it, Leeds United back in action. It wasn't a convincing one, but we got the win in the last game. We need a win today. We're just waiting for Manchester City to slip up. The cruelest thing would be if they were to lose a game and we weren't to take home all 3 points today. So let's give it our best. Let's keep the wins coming. Gnabry into Kluivert. It's looked early here for Maxi Romero. He'll look to turn inside. It's good defending again, but Gnabry's stolen it back. Serge Gnabry now. Little surge of pace. Still Gnabry. Back to Kluivert. It's patient build up here from Leeds United. Sessegnon, good ball in. Lookman with the overhead kick, and it's well wide. But we like the build up. This is pretty much a full strength team today with Gnabry in instead of Brunetta. That's the only real change, and we're looking pretty sharp early on. Chidozie back to De Jong. Finds Chidozie again. Space now to get a ball into the box. It's a good ball. Maxi Romero with the overhead kick. Chidozie, I love him out on the right. He's a good centre-back. He's a great player in general. Actually, someone commented what his actual name is, or I'm mispronouncing his name. I apologise to Chido. I can't even remember what it was, but I apologise, just in general. Gnabry lays it into the path of Justin Kluivert. Goal scorer in the last game, back inside to the German. It's beautiful 1-2 football here as Kluivert steps inside. Low ball in, looking for Maxi Romero. It's the wrong ball. It's out to De Jong though. Now Lookman. Out to Chidozie. Plenty of time to pick a ball here into De Jong. Couldn't reach him. Gnabry, lovely flick into Kluivert. There's been some great work in this game, just no end product at all. Sessegnon will put it into Maxi Romero. Difficult opportunity there. Oh, Gomez bullies the ball back, and he'll find Romero in the box. Back to Serge Gnabry. The curling effort is well wide. Another game of just no end product today. That is the problem. Don't know what it is about the South Coast, but we're certainly not looking sharp. Maybe we have been out on the shandies. I don't know. The holiday atmosphere, is that the problem? De Jong wins that back. About the one player on the pitch he can bully. And then he puts the ball through to Maxi Romero. The half nearly up here. Maxi Romero through on goal. Opens his body. It's not enough, but the header eventually is. And Maxi Romero, and it's rare for him, didn't score in the last game. I can't remember what he's been like in recent games actually, but just opened up there. Pretty simple stuff. One-on-one, he left it as late as he could. Begovic was a good save in the end, but fell kindly to a man where just goals happen. And that's half-time. Another disappointing game. Another 1-0 lead. We'll take it. Absolutely fine with that. I mean, actually, compared to Southampton, Bournemouth have been really bad. Woeful. Eddie Howe's team just floundering at home. They've got a lot of 60 rated players. Look, they're not cut out for this. We've had 61% possession. It's crazy. Right, let's just finish them off here efficiently and then back up to the north in time for chips and gravy. Let's go. Oh, it's neatly worked there from Bournemouth. Now Diego Rico in a dangerous position. Chidozie tries to see him wide. Bernardo deals with it. Only temporarily here as it's back into Sandro. Jermaine Defoe, don't let him turn. Oh, shot comes in. Good save in the end. And we can bring it away with Joe Gomez, the centre-back, looking to maraud forward here. It's good pace from him. Maxi Romero out to Lutman. Looks to take on Rico. Looks to get him with the acceleration. And again, skips past him. Low ball in. Maxi Romero. Oh, not a bad effort. Good save again. Gomez well won back, and that's neat from oh, fuck's sake. No. Sandro through on goal here. What the hell is... What are you doing off your line? I didn't even bring you off your line. They've had one fucking chance in this game. Oh, and that is just lazy there from Lucassen. Defence unable to respond. I don't know what Butland was doing there. Oh, Lutman into De Jong. That's neat. Can he find Lutman again away from Rico? It's a lovely ball in to Frankie De Jong. Can he cut it back here for Maxi Romero? Good defending. Really good defending. Into De Jong. Sees Maxi Romero. If we can get him in a one-on-one situation. That's where he's going to do the damage. Cuts back in on the left. Defenders get a foot to it. Sessegnon does well to read that. And now Kluivert through the centre. He's got white shirts either side of him here. So many options for the Dutchman. Looks like he's going to go alone out to De Jong. Oh, we've not done this right at all. Ah, wasted opportunity there, and we're not going to have too many more of them. Lutman out to Kluivert. Back inside to Ademola Lutman. Through the centre here. We need to create something. Ah, it's not the right ball. But De Jong will pick it up. Low ball back, looking for Maxi Romero. Ah, it's badly hit. It's not hit well at all. Lucassen into De Jong. Starting to get a little bit worried now. Gnabry back into De Jong. He'll slip it into the path of Ademola Lutman. Surely! Oh, no! You're on a blue arrow, and you've been so good in front of goal this season. Well, we've got a final chance here in these 6 minutes, maybe 7 or 8 minutes. We've got the horse on. What can he find? Chidozie gets to that well. It's moved up into central midfield. Clever ball into Juan Brunetta, just on the pitch, and he's missed it. He's just dragged it wide. It's a lovely ball from the dozer. And then Juan Brunetta, it's pretty much his first chance of the game. That's perfectly weighted. Just pulled it. High ball, looking for the horse. Can't get the flick on, and that is going to be it here. Unbelievable. Ah! Fucking one chance. It's all they had. And that is our chance of winning the league. Just gone. Bye. Bye. Fucking one chance. I couldn't be more angry. I think it literally was one shot, wasn't it, from Southampton? 2 shots. Oh, 57% possession. I'm fuming. Absolutely fuming. It wasn't a bad game either. Begovic obviously had a great one. Oh. And Manchester City draw. Of course they do. It's exactly what we said. They'd give us a chance and we'd throw it away. And look at that. We dropped down now. The 9-point gap remains. No, no, no. At least Liverpool won. We're sort of half rooting for them at the moment. They're on equal points with us. They're struggling for goals. They could do with a Maxi Romero, I would say. I think we'd want to take him, definitely. Anyway, that's not the preparation for these two massive upcoming games that we needed. The winning streak was halted. Next episode, absolutely mammoth one. Ajax and City, season defining for Leeds United. After next episode, we could know whether we actually want to leave Liverpool or not. As it stands, I'd like to see it out to the end of the season, probably. But then also, the appeal of Liverpool is certainly there. I'm 50-50, but as we know, the patrons, they're 60-40. If you want to change that, you know what to do. If not, then Liverpool is our destination. It'd be fun. It'd be good. I'll see you in a bit.